believe that's recording, yeah.
Okay, sweet. Yeah, I never really script videos or anything, so this is gonna be absolutely all over the place. But new character introduced to the channel. This is you.
Nice to meet. Kind of blocking the camera with that.
Oh yeah, that's intentional.
Really?
It's an artistic choice.
That's cool. This is tasteful, you know.
I like to make things like a little bit worse on purpose.
Keep it underground.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah, because if the retention gets too good, then I'll blow up. But yeah, your parents like academics by any chance?
My dad got a PhD in robotics.
There we go. Yeah.
My mom.
It's always the weird kids that have academic parents.
Oh, brother, yeah. You gotta see the sources. The grandfather, dude. He was not an academic, but he taught himself basically all university mathematics to build a boat. For 40 years, he spent building a boat.
Jake.
Hello. Oh, you guys are filming something?
Oh no, it's chill. It's low quality.
Okay.
This is Molly. This is the boat he designed.
Damn,
He's quite eccentric, as you can see.
Yeah, I feel like I also had a super weird. Am I in frame? Okay. I think I had a super weird autistic grandfather who he lived in like a boxcar. He was like
he has that exact kind of car. So this is, you can say this is fine, but this is just a self-hosted Google image library, and it gets all this functionality, so you can search boats and get all things that have a boat in it. That's pretty useful.
Damn.
But
I'm glad I'm doing this.
It's find out about self-hosting. I can give you an account on this. I have 2 terabytes set up on this. But what was I gonna do? Yeah, Molly. He has a crazy car around here. This is where my grandfather lived, but he had this damn car. Oh no, God. He was very eccentric. I'm not gonna try and go into the whole thing because I can go on about this guy, but beautiful boat he made. He finished it after 40 years and then just died.
Wow.
So I guess he got what he wanted to do. I respect the grind.
That's a great life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your grandfather do anything eccentric? Or is he chill?
I think he got murdered over an insurance fraud policy. Or like his wife killed him over life insurance. That's how my college is paid for.
Oh, neat.
Yeah, but
help the family.
All right, so what's like a layman's walkthrough of Obsidian? Like, I guess I get the idea basically, like the connection, but like, how do you actually use it on a day-to-day?
Well, there's a billion different ways people kind of describe how to use it.
Yeah.
I think the thing that I've kind of arrived at and settled at is a system where you can completely ignore where ideas end up. You write something down and you can just forget about it, and that's always been something I've struggled with. I want to write something down and make sure I don't forget it.
Yeah.
But this, I could just put in the slip box, completely forget about it, because ideas emerge naturally and organically through connections. This is a bit abstract, but a good example is my big project, one of mine was my quantified self project.
Yeah. Which
just started as collecting some silly data from wearables, and I didn't write this. I said, I kind of want to collect data about myself, see what happens.
Sure.
But what will happen is it will accumulate backlinks. These are all backlinks, and these are mentions of that phase space for YouTube embedding. This is where I mention my capturing personal data, and the more things linked to it, the more importance it gains in the network. Now, you don't actually have to be exposed to that, but what it ends up doing for you is things that are important will show up on their own. You don't need to make sure you save something important for later.
Gotcha.
It's emergent properties, which I love.
I guess my biggest question is like, how do these backlinks form? Like, are you putting them in manually as you come across?
It's a combination of both. So I have a plugin set up. Of course, Vimotions, by the way. If Obsidian didn't have Vimotions, oh my god, it'd be over. But if you just type phrases, honestly, usually it suggests ones that are noteworthy.
Really?
You can also set aliases. So if I just type UMAP, just uniform manifold approximation.
How does that completion work? Is it like an LLM?
Oh, it's very simple. Here's UMAP.
Yeah.
You go to that, aliases, UMAP.
Oh, okay. right.
But that's purely declarative. You don't have to think about that too much when you get set. But there's also a plugin for semantic neighbors. So ones that like this for my homepage. Well, don't want to go crazy at that, but for EEG solutions, you can see ones that semantically are close, like Garmin, time series, and health data.
And this just like vector embedding cosine similarity?
Pretty much, exactly that. That's the cosine similarity number. It's not perfect.
Yeah.
But it's nice for finding related nodes, and you can just drag these into the related property.
Is that a local model?
Completely local.
Wow.
They have a paid thing that does something with that, but I barely use this thing unless it's just related nodes. Usually you don't need it. They emerge on their own.
And embedding is like really cheap anyway.
Yeah. Oh my god, there's so many local models for that.
Yeah.
Honestly, but that kind of gets, that forgets like the other half of the thing, which is kind of tagging. And I haven't really gone much into that here.
Okay.
But Obsidian tags are just folders, but a note can have multiple folders or be in multiple folders.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
So like project / home lab / software,
so
that could be a folder, but this has 5 different tags basically.
it's like a strict superset of the file system. It's
exactly.
Like, yeah.
But it's just a better way to do folders in the sense, because I can have a tags folder like CS, AI, backpropagation, LLM, go all the way down to transformer.
Yeah.
But there's also the math, and most of these notes overlap.
Yeah.
It's great for stuff like that. Great for notes on class as well. You know what people seem to love is I will write these in real time in class thanks to Vim motions and latex snippets. I know y'all are Tipst fans here, but
I mean, not, dude. Honestly, I'm thinking of going back to latex.
you know what? That's the original reason I liked Vim so much. It's just kind of what everyone used. But this compiles really well. I can just go to my website, and this is at least for the public facing stuff, which is everything not in the private directory. This is all published.
Is the directory, is it like a private tag or a directory?
It's just one folder.
Okay.
I still use folders because I like it to be usable without Obsidian. You know,
right.
tags, they're in the notes, in the content.
Yeah.
But that's not something your own file explorer can use.
Yeah, you could grep for it, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, I see. And then, so this renders to a website?
Oh yeah. To React, this is called Quartz. It's a really cool project. I swear everybody who has a nice Quartz website is insanely cracked. Like the creator, for example, Jazal, he has this nice, tasteful looking website. He's like, a collection of my favorite writing. Of course, this website is slow because, I don't know, but they're very tasteful. There's all sorts of people who have it. I've kind of ripped off from everybody there in a lot of ways. I stole his font, which I could, oh my god, I can go on about that. As is known.
And then you got this vector field in the background?
I got bored and I was like, this is not very interesting. And it looks like everybody else's website. And this guy had some cool background stuff going on. So I was like, why don't I just put a Lorenz flow thing? It's a very simple scripts. You even got like little sliders so you can play with the parameters. Yeah. But that's very performative. I think it just adds something to distract yourself from the boring contents of this book.
I mean, like, why make art?
You know what? That's a good point.
Yeah.
It has been nice though, because I don't have to think about what I should focus on next. As I said, emergent organization is a really nice thing, but it's also emergent focus is something I found very useful. Is what you need to get done usually kind of just emerges on its own. Whether that be, I can't exactly explain it either. Yeah. It's usually from my inbox system. I have an inbox system to manage that kind of stuff. Yeah. But
I mean, some stuff kind of just like you have intuition for it, but it's hard to put it into words.
Like a good example is when you mention a note, like let's just say I mentioned UMAP here. Yeah. And then because I mentioned it on that day, that makes me click it and see what's up with it. It's like, oh, I could just add this. When I wrote this note, I didn't have the alias property set up. And the other way is I do diffusion. this could go horribly wrong, but usually I can just do a random note.
Yeah.
And it gives you stuff. It brings up a random page that you can either clean up as old. This is a web exports. A lot of my stuff is web exports. And that works. I mean,
and so you go back through, like, do you have a schedule where you go back through and review old notes?
Well, I have a Kanban board for managing all sorts of stuff, mostly for content I need to read, notes I want to write about, maybe Cayley and Lagrange's theorem. It's a Kanban board I can do.
Yeah.
And the really nice thing that kind of changed Obsidian to be much less work is it's very easy to cite your content here. Like, bases are a whole different beast, but managing YouTube videos you watch through Obsidian is the nicest interface because you can send so many custom views. You can filter where tags, contain CS/AI/LM. Find all LLM related videos. That's really useful.
You log every video?
No, I'm not every video, but you give me a random one like this. I click the web clipper, generates a note, just like that.
Oh, wow.
Instant.
It's a web extension?
Web extension, yep.
Yeah.
Like if I just wanted, I don't know, whatever Unscented Kalman filter is.
Yeah.
This is a fun one. I know roughly. I've added to Obsidian. It's there. It extracted the author property, published. The only thing I really got to do is tag it myself.
Do you take notes on these?
Oh yeah, that's the main base for it. Is I have a related property that shows the note that I wrote in regards to that.
Gotcha.
For this Wells Labs video on mechanistic interpretability, I said, okay, I'm going to write a note on that.
Yeah. And
that became my mechanistic interpretability note.
Yeah.
Which is, and that has a ton of backlinks. You can see all sorts of terms relating to it. Sparse autoencoder, and that leads into variational inference. All sorts of fun stuff you can do.
Dude, I can see how this becomes, once you see how interconnected everything is,
it's beautiful.
Mind-blowing. We kind of know it, sometimes, but this really lets you see it.
I like to think
how related everything is.
Picturing, this might be a little nerdy, but you can picture it as mapping your own Markov chain simulation onto thing. Because if you go from one thought to another and you make that connection, and that's purely a sample from a distribution which we can't see. You make that connection on your notes, you're approximating the Monte Carlo graph of your own brain.
You mean you're approximating what you're sampling from?
Exactly. You're building your own lexical graph that you have in your internal model.
Yeah.
On the digital world, which I found pretty useful.
Damn, I gotta get on this, dude.
And best thing is it works very well with Vim. There's an extension for it, obviously. Here I can just do everything I need. We call it Vim. We don't talk about that. But everything here, I can do my chaos theory notes right here. And I can write links here. I can jump to links. So if I want to go to that, it goes to that link, just like that. It's pretty awesome.
Wow. And they tap into LSP or something to do that?
It's a plugin, I believe, that does that. Yeah, I have it here. I haven't touched this in ages. I honestly don't use it that much, all things considered.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it seems like there are some features of Obsidian that the terminal UI kind of lacks.
Yeah. I kind of came to that conclusion,
Yeah.
As much as I love Vim, there are so many things that can't be rendered with text. And it's nice to just have live rendering, especially with math notes.
Yeah, I kind of am thinking that too.
Being able to edit math equations and see it on the same page without having a side-by-side view, I find quite helpful.
Honestly, Vim might be kind of overrated, I think.
But Vim is
it's
portable.
It's a great skill to know for dealing with servers for sure.
Yeah. But it's so portable. I mean, this is very similar to Vim in a lot of ways. Obviously I have Vim motions, Yeah. I'm sure you can set up, there's a lot of plugins to get your Vim config files and import them.
Okay.
Just like that.
Yeah.
You don't have the same context menu where you press your leader to navigate. You don't do space FR.
Yeah.
Everything through the classic command palette menu.
Yeah.
It's fine. I mean, it's not bad. I like the command palette.
Yeah. Yeah.
Obviously, and bonus feature can actually do Jupyter notebooks. Impossible in Vim. I've tried everything.
Yeah, the
Nothing
Jupyter
works.
notebook setup is horrible.
You can do something with Magma, I believe, but it's not.
Oh, Magma, yeah.
It's not ideal.
Yeah.
I'm saying.
Not ideal at all. So you take notes in class, and then you also like daily journal, or
yeah. I probably should do more to reflect on notes and just. I would like to run a transcription service just to capture the content of a lecture, and still write.
Dude,
notes.
I was thinking about that.
I think that would be simpler.
Yeah.
But honestly, and I hate to say it, but like using AI to make like diagrams in class.
Yeah.
Makes it so much faster. Like I can just send it off making. And this is the bifurcation diagram right here. I did not code this, dude.
Yeah.
I don't have time in class to make a bifurcation diagram plot. I have to pay attention, so I just set that running in the background.
Yeah.
And then I can keep paying attention, actually writing the notes, and when it's done, I can just put it there.
Well, honestly, it's like that thing like Giles Castell or people that are so good at like making diagrams. It's such like an admirable skill.
Oh, it's beautiful.
But it's like sadly like not
it's
that useful when you can just one shot it with
it's like old school mathematicians who just get really cracked at solving polynomials or something.
Yeah.
It was useful.
Yeah.
But in the modern world, like you're never gonna do that yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, or like hand estimating.
Yeah.
Integrals.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I think that's for the best. As much as I like to consider myself a math joyer.
Yeah.
Don't give me a double integral like early in the morning.
Don't. Yeah.
Ugh.
You're not memorizing like logarithm tables anymore. It's obsolete.
And maybe that's the path it's gonna take. I'm sure there's still a space for it, but at least in my polymath kind of exploration of neuroscience, I found that to be the right level for me of abstraction.
Yeah. What you were saying about recording a lecture, I've been thinking about too. Like, wouldn't you also kind of want to get video recording though? Because maybe you're
absolutely get those Meta Ray-Bans.
I was thinking of doing that.
If only Meta didn't make the classes.
I know.
So cool.
I know.
You could probably jailbreak him pretty easily.
Maybe
when it comes out properly.
Yeah. I'm waiting for the open source ones. They all look like stupid right now.
Yeah,
they're too big.
You see the Even G2 ones? They don't have any camera, but they actually look like glasses.
Yeah.
So maybe you could do something like that.
I don't know. I don't want to invest yet. I think the tech is a couple years away.
Let's wait for it to settle down and become, a tool, not a gimmick.
But I mean, meantime, you could record a lecture with just your phone. It's just like it's a lot of like I/O. Like you have to record like 60 minutes to your phone's disk and then get that over a network to.
Not to mention the data. It's just going to be a very big file, I imagine.
Yeah, and
I have a home server, dude. Like
you could have the LLM summarize it, but like
extract what's actually meaningful from the lecture, but
at a certain point, like
I'll have to wait till it gets
that's just
more
like
reliable.
complete note-taking automation.
Yeah, I do value writing notes by hand. I still do that a lot, and I think it's because I don't want to give up the countless, almost at least 1,000 hours I've spent on monkey type. But
dude, I know it feels painful to like slowly feel that slipping away from you.
It'll save me from carpal tunnel at the very least.
Yeah, it's how I feel about all the Vim motions. Like day by day they become obsolete, but oh well.
I might get some flame for this, but I don't know how your community feels about lazy Vim. That's how I started, but I'm kind of sitting in between where it's still lazy Vim. Yeah. But I've kind of customized it so much that it's the half and half spot.
Dude, it's funny you should say that because I made 2 videos.
Yeah.
I made one like Lazy Vim sucks, and then like Lazy Vim is great. And It's because there are trade-offs to both.
Yeah.
Like, do you need to know the Lua API for configuring Vim? Like, no. That's not a skill you need to know.
Yeah. I like Vim because it's fast.
Yeah.
I do like that it's customizable, but that's not the first thing I use. I like being able to edit stuff fast. But I can't be talking. This is not vanilla Obsidian. Like, I've removed every element. I wrote a custom snippet just to get rid of the 3 macOS menu bar items there.
Oh, I did that for Firefox, yeah.
And I couldn't, I hate those things. I have to get rid of it on everything, on my terminal, on my web browser.
So you can inject CSS into this?
Oh, easily, everything. It's not even difficult. This is so customizable. All snippets, you can just
it's
make
Electron, right? I guess.
Yeah. Well, that's I guess the trade-off. As much as I hate Electron in a lot of ways, it's nice and web customizable.
Yeah, it gets the job done. Yeah.
I even did one for my custom color scheme. gotta stick to the color palette, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Damn, dude, I really gotta get on this.
I would 100% say yes because I love this stuff, and don't get me wrong, but I also know that no one else or nobody has the same perfect ideal workflow.
Right. Yeah, it probably would look kind of different, but
there'd probably be a way different, and this is where it probably diverge. Everybody has a different way they use Obsidian because it's very open. The vanilla Obsidian one, if I have another vault here, I have a dev vault just for this. It's not really like anything like what I have. It's just a plugin I was writing.
Yeah.
But it's still Markdown. It's just Markdown.
Yeah.
You can still do LaTeX, but it's not the same without my snippets.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I'd like to just be able to do that, but Vim mode's pretty easy.
Yeah.
You're gonna love this though. To enable Vim mode, you have to prove that you can exit Vim.
Right.
But it's not even right. It says, please enter the command to quit Vim without saving. What would you say?
Qbang.
Exactly. You do Qbang or QA.
Yeah.
No, it's just Q. Which is, it's right, but it's not really right. It wouldn't let you.
Yeah, that is weird.
I don't know, but
yeah. Huh.
Funny skill check that's not even completely right. I know Prime got really pissed at that.
So you, let me think. I thought I had some other question about. Are you using AI in any of this?
I do. What I like to do is I keep it simple though. I'll just have Claude running occasionally in my vault. And that's simple enough for me. Because a lot of people, they do a lot of plugins for AI. There's so many plugins for AI.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, it's
But if I just want to clean up templates, this is the best way. There's skills made by the owner of or CEO of Obsidian. So Claude knows how to make bases, which are just YAML files under the hood. Like this is just a filter. It's just filtering your nodes by their properties. There's nothing fancy about it.
Yeah.
But I do think you need to write the notes yourselves. There's a lot of people who are trying to automate writing the notes. I think it loses the point. It doesn't get to mirror your own mind.
Yeah.
If you don't write it yourself, it becomes an external mind that's cool and connected, but it won't feel intuitive. Like for me, when I see this graph, I know where I have a plugin that saves the positions. Yeah. But I know where everything is roughly. Yeah. I know that this was my Islam class notes. I know this was biology. Yeah. I know that's my Calculus 3 is right over here. These are all Calc 3 notes. Yeah. Obviously, the color coding helps. I have CS is green. Yeah. Math is red. Blue is computational neuroscience. Purple journal. There's so much different things here. Yeah. But I know the local communities roughly. This is my server rack. Obviously, I immediately know that.
And you think you would lose that if you had AI do all the note taking for you?
Yeah. It needs to be, because the beauty of that is whatever pops into my head when I'm writing a note, I just link to there. It's that immediate capture
Yeah.
of whatever dynamics is going on in your brain that leads from one attractor to another.
And you could slowly see patterns emerge.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is very...
The graph is mostly a gimmick, though.
Right.
I'm not using this to find files. I'm not going to say, oh, I got to find my my note on theta rhythm real quick. I'm just going to go here.
Yeah.
That's not what I'm doing. And that's not even theta rhythm. But it's a nice way to get some interpretability of my mind. Because the nearest neighbors, the fact that the personal data gathering project is down here rather than up here does mean a lot. It's much closer to more of the biohacking stuff I do than it is to actual computational neuroscience nodes.
Yeah.
So the physics simulation of it is pretty cool. You can also do a UMAP projection, so you can embed them all semantically and then project them onto a 2D plane.
Yeah.
And that gives you another way to visualize nearest neighbor coherence, but it's a bit extra.
Yeah.
Gotta fix by every now and then.
Yeah, my window manager dies all the time. It's the Mac OS experience.
Oh, brother.
Yeah.
I do love these computers, but
yeah,
at least most of the time it works. I do love Linux. All my servers are Linux, but I like stuff to work most of the time.
Yeah. So, what do you think, in regards to this project, using this and combining it with some kind of personalized agent, what do you think is the first step?
Obviously, getting the data is one of the first steps, but I think the first thing you would need to establish for yourself is an internal model. I've said this before, but these models we're obsessed with getting them to generate new content from old information.
Right.
And there's something that generative models, especially ones that learn over probability distribution, do is I'm gonna compare it to repeated image generation. Have you ever done a thing? You've seen those Instagram videos of people putting in an image into ChatGPT saying change nothing, and then they repeat it over and over again.
Yeah.
What happens there is every time it recreates the image from memory quite well. Yeah. But because it's inherently a probabilistic model, it adds noise of its own, Gaussian noise. Because that's just how it's diffusion. It's quite literally what it does.
I see. And
but then the next iteration, that noise is treated as feature, ever so slightly. It's not visible. Yeah. But that accumulates. Yeah. And so I'm very careful when I want to generate content, especially over repeated information, because there is, even if it's not visible, some content loss. Probably less so with autoregression models. Yeah. But you don't want to be generating novel content with it. You want to use it, I think, for what it's really good at, which is extracting cognitive output.
Idea compression.
Yeah. Exactly. We have the way to model human thoughts quantitatively and human cognition, as ideas. Yeah. Your output, what you do with your brain. We don't understand the internal workings so much as per se, but we can work with what we produce, which is math, computer science. We can model that. Yeah. And I think there's a lot to be gained about understanding how a brain, if you get high time series data of how you work with your cognitive output, I think there's a lot to gain from that.
Yeah, it'll be very interesting to see what a model that has all this context can do, or what. Yeah.
Think about the long-term trends. If you're just watching YouTube videos, let's just say you're a pretty productive YouTube viewer. You watch interesting YouTube videos on math or something. I don't know. Yeah. You could probably track how you explore the phase space of human knowledge. In the sense you could see in long-term trends, like maybe, I don't know, like a month ago, I was very much into Kalman filters and Bayesian filtering networks. But then I kind of moved to coffee stuff from that. But there's a very distinct semantic